Hello everyone, pardon me, this is Ronnie, and on this channel I talk about the raw food diet and the raw vegan lifestyle. And in this video I want to talk about feelings in relation to food, and maybe say a few controversial things or things that go against what are common ideas or things that you might have heard or things you might be comfortable with. But part of my interest with what the content I share, the information I put out, is to try and find truth, regardless of how comfortable any of us is with that truth. And often truth is not comfortable, especially when it comes to health. If it was comfortable, we wouldn't have so many unhealthy people. So I'm on a mission to share a message that I think is a simple message of truth and help the world really in a gradual way, in my own small way, make a contribution to the world moving towards a more harmonious, fruit-based lifestyle, which I think would be awesome. Anyway, what inspired this little video was that I was watching a lecture on YouTube, and the man was talking about that you shouldn't just do what you feel, you should do what's right. And he was probably talking about it from the context of he's a religious man, and he was saying that, that he said God is more important than everything, God is more important than love. And he said because you can love, people can love, I'm not sure what he said about love, but yeah, but people can do things in the name of love that are evil, So he was basically making an argument for doing what is right is more important than just following feelings or going along with what feels good or what feels right. And the reason I want to bring this up is I get the impression nowadays that people almost expect that a healthier diet, that it should feel right all the time, that whole journey should feel, I'm not sure what the phrase is, feel obvious or clear or, things like that. But it's not. It's a confusing roller coaster of a journey, because your feelings are not always your true underlying desires. Because firstly, we're in a completely wrong environment. So the environment we live in is totally different to what it once was, to what our body is designed to relate to. We have access to foods that our ancestors would have never had access to. We have a quantity of food that our ancestors would never have had access to. We have variety of food that no human being ever had access to up to 40 years ago, maybe 50. We have almost an unlimited availability of that food almost any time of day. In many parts of the world, you can get almost anything you want to eat. You can get it delivered to your door in rapid amounts of time. I've not had food delivered in a long time. My food doesn't come by delivery, mostly. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, the world outside's changed. All of our emotions that could, in an ideal environment, move us towards health, happiness, joy, whatever, our emotions that should take us towards survival, and living a better life and reproduction and other things, that usually take us towards things that keep us safe at the very least, don't work. So you have to go through the very uncomfortable process of literally going against your own feelings if you want to get healthy, if you want to change your diet and lifestyle. And that is just a reality of it. And that is a truth. And it's a simple fact. And it's a non-negotiable. There is no way around that. When you're changing your diet to a healthier diet, you will have emotions that go against that, that conflict with that, and that make you not want to do that. Powerful feelings and emotions. Powerful feelings and emotions. So can you just go along with your feelings? No. And sadly, no. It would be great if you just accepted the idea of the raw vegan diet, and then from there on all your feelings just were in alignment with that. But it doesn't work like that. And you're going to have a residue of feelings and emotions that conflict with the idea of doing a raw vegan diet for a long time into your process of changing your diet. Well, to whatever diet you're changing it to. And you cannot rely on your emotions, on your feelings. You cannot wake up one day and go, you know what, I feel like eating cooked food, and think that that means that your body needs cooked food. It's nothing to do with that. Your feelings are actually an unreliable guidance system a lot of the time. And that was really the man's point in the talk as well, is that our feelings change and go up and down. And, I was thinking that I've been practicing a martial art for 12 or 13 years. Probably only 12 years, because the last year I've barely been able to practice because of COVID restrictions. Apart from practicing on my own, which is kind of valid, I guess. But there have been times when I did not feel like training. There were times when I felt like, why am I doing this? My emotions have changed and went up and down, and I've had times of enthusiasm, times of less enthusiasm, times of just like not really feeling it. And now in the last year, I got to a great point where I was really inspired to do it more and more and loved it. And it just made me thinking about that, maybe think about how people act with like relationships and things nowadays, and jobs and careers and all sorts of things. They just go with their feelings sometimes. They reach a moment where their feelings change. They don't feel what they felt in the past, and they give up. They give up on the relationship. There must be something better out there. They give up on the job, the career. Feelings are not a great thing to make decisions on. I think they're an essential part of things, but emotions and feelings are not, sometimes not easy to interpret even, and they can be clouded, they can be false, they can be so many things. But with this raw vegan diet, to me, regardless of what I felt like I wanted to eat, and it's so powerful and strong. Even if you're just on 100% raw, some people say, "Oh, why are people addicted to cooked food?" And they say, "Oh, it's the salt and the sugar and the oil." And no, 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 no. You give me tell me your healthiest cooked food. Healthiest cooked food. Most people say steamed vegetables, right? Steamed vegetables. And yeah, some people eat steamed vegetables. But Rarely does a person eat steamed vegetables and not eat other things. So potatoes, because you're not living on steamed vegetables. So potatoes, um, rice, starches. These foods are addictive. Every single raw vegan knows that. Not everyone else will accept that. People that aren't raw vegan will not accept that. And that is one of the differences that raw vegans have with non-raw vegans. Because if you accept that food is addictive and you're only eating it because it's more addictive than a healthier food option. Eventually, you're going to have to admit to yourself that you should change. Why would you eat rice when bananas are better in every single way, apart from they're not addictive? They don't give the dopamine hit. They don't give the level of dopamine hit. And there are raw vegan foods that can be addictive as well, by the way. But, just saying. So, your feelings are not a great... and feelings are more of an excuse. You know, why people will ask you, why are you doing that? Why are you doing this? I just felt right. I just felt it. Was it the right thing to do? Probably not. Well, why? Why'd you do it? You know, I think more and more what I'm realizing in life is these ideas: follow your feelings, follow your excitement, follow your heart, follow your this and that. You know, it's not a complete way of it's not a complete and balanced way of making a decision in life, or making a decision. Like, if I think about the UK Fruit Fest, which is a festival that I've run over the last 7 years, if I followed my feelings, I would have given that event up before the first event ever happened. I don't have this great, like, you know, this thing of every time I've done it, I've pushed myself to do it. I've had to push myself to make it happen. Really. Even though it's something that's really in line with something I'm passionate about, and I love the event, and the people that go to it are awesome, and I really like what we do, it's not something that I emotionally wake up and feel like have 100% positive feelings about all the time. I've had many, 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 many times of wanting to give up and quit and stop doing it. All the time. Probably nearly every day. For years. And what kept me going with it was the thought that there are people out there that need this and will benefit from this. Therefore, it's more important than my feelings in the moment. You know, and I've had to really grow as a person to put that event on and keep it going. And then this year, grow once again when it was stopped from happening, you know, or it wasn't stopped from happening. We did it, but it was stopped from being what it could have been. But the people loved it that were there, but it could have been 3 times the size, maybe 4 times the size, and it could have been really spectacular. And it was great still this year, but it could have been a real spectacle, which would have been fun. Anyway, life is good in general, but anyway, uh, yeah, feelings. Don't put your feelings ahead of what you think is actually right. Don't put your feelings, you know, we've got to this point where it's shame, you know, it's a bad thing to. I get it. Like, if someone's overweight, you're probably getting told you're overweight all the time in many different ways. You probably have friends or family or different people pointing it out. It's not very nice to hear it, but it's truth, unfortunately. And whatever's led to you being overweight, you can't run from that. You can't deny it. And it is healthier for you to be at your perfect weight. And I say that knowing that I like personally, I find women that are a little bit over their ideal weight. I find them attractive. I don't find bigger women unattractive at all. So it's not like I don't have any desire for women to be like super skinny or anything. But I do know it's right for them to be healthier. It's right, it's better for them to be at a healthier weight. So it's the right thing for them. It's the truthful and honest thing. And I believe that a raw vegan diet, a lot of people hold back from talking to people about the fruitarian or raw vegan diet. Even I do myself. Because it feels uncomfortable to talk to people about it sometimes. Because you have a feeling they're not going to like it. You feel, and sometimes you've just got to be comfortable with our truth. You don't have to force it on people. You don't have to get into a fight with people about it. But you can still share with them the truth of what you do or what you believe. And I think it goes beyond a belief, because I think it's an obvious truth that people don't accept as obvious because they are addicted to other foods. And addiction leads to delusion, and it leads to false feelings, and that's why you can't follow your feelings. So when it comes to day 10 of your raw food diet, or day 60, and you say to yourself, there's someone recently, I'm trying to think of an example. There's an example that I got recently. Oh yeah, it's usually when people say something like, I didn't want to eat the cooked food. I didn't want to. I had no desire to eat it. I had no desire to eat it at all. Like I've lost my desire to eat cooked food, but my friend gave it to me, so I had to eat it. You're just like, well, you didn't have to eat it. You chose to eat it, but you didn't really choose to eat it. You are addicted to it still. It is the addiction, and you do still want to eat it. It's just that your addiction has found a way to make you justify eating it. And that is how powerful addictions are. They will find your weakness, they will find your pride, your vanity, your shame, your fear, whatever crack it can get in to make you justify eating cooked food again. It will do that. Whatever emotion it can pull out. So you have to go against your feelings sometimes. You can't just follow your feelings to get healthier. I've started exercising more now, and I really love it. Like, I'm loving it. I love the whole journey of getting fitter. I'm really I'm really glad that I'm starting to actually focus on it now, after years of saying I would. But I don't always feel like exercising. I know that social life is important, just in every facet, but in your health it's important. Social life, I don't always feel like going out and seeing people or meeting people or being around people. Sometimes I push myself to do these things because of the right thing, you know? Um, there's so many things that you do because it's right. It's the right thing. It's the truly healthy thing. So to some extent I think you have to develop an attitude when you're making your decisions. Is this truly the healthiest thing? If it's not, why am I doing it? In the moment, is this truly the healthiest option? And if it's not, why not? And as soon as you live a life like that, you still make the wrong decisions, because it's hard to go against your feelings, but at least you know where you're going. At least you know you're gonna head in the right direction. Well, I'm eating this today, but I know it's not right. I know this isn't the best thing I can eat. but I'm heading in the right direction. That's how I kind of feel about it. I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna head in the right direction. So I hope that's been of some value to you. If you'd like to get some more information from myself, you can go to fruitfest.co.uk. We have a newsletter an email newsletter I write sometimes every day, sometimes once a week, sometimes less than once a week. But I try and stay regular with sending something out. I also do online courses, so I'll let you know about those when they happen. And I'm doing I've got a book as well. You can check that all out. But feel free to subscribe. Thank you I'd love to hear your thoughts, your comments below. And see you in the next video. Thank you very much.